Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. I have another update for Vinco Ventures stock, ticker symbol BBIG or BBIG. Monday was a solid session for the stock where it opened positively and largely traded quite flat after that rise, with the exception of one quick rally up in price close to the middle of the session on the back of a company announcement, before it came back down, still finishing the day a respectable 1% up. So like I said, there has been a little bit of a business catalyst around LoMotif, which is worth looking at. So in this video, I will look at that news development, some of the technical data around the stock, provide an update on the short squeeze data, and discuss what I think is driving the short sellers with this stock at the moment. I'll keep it brief, so let's get into it. So let's start with the news catalyst. That being that the network of companies under Vinco Ventures are clicking into gear and launching a record label called LoMo Records. The idea behind this is to help discover new artists and talent and provide an ecosystem that supports them through their network of businesses. The project is going to utilize LoMotif's social media app, which, if you have not checked it out yet, is pretty much like TikTok. They also plan on leveraging their upcoming acquisition of AdRiser to further the potential reach of the talent LoMo plan to sign and foster. So Vinco Ventures' master plan, at least for now, appears to be becoming a bit clearer. I think through this record label extension, they are really going to start to differentiate themselves from TikTok, which I think is a big plus for the company. Because at this stage, it is hard to see LoMotif usurping TikTok purely from a social media perspective. So this attempt at differentiation, I think, will have appeal and help them grow the LoMotif platform, and is really quite a unique offering. So this seems like another positive step forward for Vinco Ventures, and hopefully they can make it work as a viable business. I will link this article in the description for those that are interested. It also highlights the people that they have working with LoMo Records and gives a nice rundown of how all the companies click together. It's really quite an interesting read, so I encourage you to have a look at it. So on the back of this news, we can see Monday's trade was one that saw the stock rise from the dip late on Friday and stabilize through the day. I think this is good long term for the stock, as it appears to be establishing a new lower level of support or safety that the stock may retrace back to if it has some further rises. The shorts are going to be sweating at the moment because even though Monday's session did cool in terms of the stock being overbought in the RSI, despite that, the stock never ceded any ground from Friday's closing price. During the stock's sharp rally, it again found resistance approaching the $9 mark. So if you are day trading this stock, this is an interesting price point to keep in mind. If the stock is able to breach the $9 mark, I suspect it will find its next level of upward resistance at this $9.20 price point, indicated by the blue dotted line. The stock still traded at relatively high volumes on Monday. However, the session did represent a further slowdown from what was experienced late in Thursday and throughout Friday's trade. This could partly be explained by the increased stock price, but still something to be mindful of. With such high potential for a short squeeze, strong buying volume is important for maintaining the increased price levels and pushing beyond them. So if you're hodling the stock, I would be keeping an eye on the volume on Tuesday and throughout the rest of the week. The stock was showing signs of decline in the closing 2 hours of the session following its rally. However, the aftermarket delivered further price stability and saw the stock trade sideways in the low volume session, giving further weighting to the thesis that it is establishing a new price point of stability around that mid $8 range. In terms of the key shorts data, I have not updated this since pre-market last Friday. The stock has largely traded quite flat in terms of price. It has given up 3 cents in that time and a small amount of its market cap. However, the shorts data has improved significantly if you are looking for the short squeeze action, with decent improvements to the borrow fee and days to cover. As a result, this has seen the stock move up to being ranked 5th on the Fintel short squeeze candidate list. Where I see the danger of this short squeeze coming undone is on Friday, when the CrypTyde dividend record date is. I think the play of short sellers is that the reduced assets from BBIG stock is going to cause the stock to drop. This is a hard one to properly predict what is going to happen. Typically, when a stock trades ex-dividend, it will open the next trading session less the amount of the dividend. However, since this is a stock dividend and nobody really knows what assets are being spun off by Vinco Ventures, logic would dictate that the adjustment to the stock will not occur and will be left up to the market to decide where it goes value-wise. Technically, following SEC rules, Vinco Ventures are not allowed to pay cash dividends due to the stage of business development they are at. And the CrypTyde stock dividend is technically not a dividend, it's actually representative of a business demerger. It's just been called a dividend to help investors understand the effect of what is actually taking place and what it means for them. Anyway, this is the play for the short sellers, and it is a space to keep an eye on if you are playing the short squeeze. But even after the CrypTyde stock dividend, we do know through some of my previous videos that BBIG actually now has quite a strong level of net tangible assets behind the stock. So there is still comfort there, even though they are spinning off these assets. Anyway, that's about it for this one. If you're a fan of Vinco Ventures, an easy way you can support them is to download the LoMotif app and use it. An easy idea if you are someone who is a fan of that sort of social media. It will help the company look more appealing, as it means their user base is growing and therefore the platform becomes more commercially viable and attractive. They only have 31 million users at present, so it's just an idea that you could do to help boost Vinco Ventures further, especially if you see it as a longer term play. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on the Vinco Ventures short squeeze and the LoMo records development in the comments below. Really curious to see what people think about all this. Anyway, until next time everyone, may the markets trade in your favour. Cheers.